What's up, YouTube? We're back, baby. It has been a grip. My life has been a disaster. I'll fill you guys in on that in a little bit, but for now, this is me on my new to me, pretty much new in general. It was a leftover new stock. 2024 Yamaha Tenere 700. The old T7, baby. God's motorcycle. I'll be honest, I don't even know if my motovlogging setup's gonna work because it's been so long. I don't think I've made a video in like 6 months, and I apologize for that. If you're any of my subscribers who actually give a fuck, that sucks. I rode my buddy's Africa Twin in one of my previous videos. It's posted, and I loved it, dude. I just think it's the ultimate everything bike. All these adventure bikes are they're good at everything. They can wheelie, they can go fucking 100 on the highway. You can cruise around, hit some twisties, all that stuff. We are in busy as fuck downtown Plymouth right now. Massachusetts, America's hometown. We, I want to say recently, but it really wasn't recent. I don't know what the fuck homie was just honking at. Moved back to Massachusetts. So if you've seen any of our old videos, you know I pretty much started this channel when we moved to North Carolina. We really had nothing going on. We were riding like every day, so I decided to start filming it, and it was fun. It was a good thing to do, and I kind of like talking to myself on the ride. But we moved back. We've been in a shitty apartment. It's been a fucking hellhole. Everything's annoying. It's a beautiful place. We're right on Water Street in downtown Plymouth. Being downtown in a touristy place means traffic, lots of traffic. So that shit pisses me off. But anyways, I'm actually on our way to a home that we just recently purchased. So we've been back like 6 months, been living at the apartment. We did get a house. It's a big fixer-upper. I started a whole other YouTube channel for house projects. I honestly have very little motivation compared to riding bikes and talking to you guys. But either way, I got a little gym set up at the house, so I'm heading there now to bang out a leg day. We're gonna rip the highway just for a couple exits, and then we'll hop off and do some back roads. Also, it doesn't look it. It looks kind of gloomy out, but it's like 94 out right now. Very hot day in Massachusetts. Good old New England. It was like 50s just last week. Look at that, baby. T7 absolutely rips. So don't get me wrong, mini bikes still have my heart. And I was really close to buying a Kawasaki 300 and putting Grom wheels on it. I don't know, that's kind of just a cool thing these days that grabbed my attention. But I think I'd be in the same situation as the Monkey, and it's just a one-trick pony, you know what I mean? Like, the Monkey is so much fun, but I can't commute with it or anything like that. Like the T7, I can actually ride to work. The sad truth is that every mini bike enjoyer actually does need a full-size bike. So this is my new full-size bike, and I really think it's going to be a keeper because I am fucking in love with it. I've never cruised the Harley this comfortably. I never cruised the FC07 this comfortably. The 450 RL was absolutely not a highway cruiser. This is just the best of all worlds. I don't want to bore you guys with the highway. Let's fast forward this until we get off the exit. So yeah, after I rode my buddy's Africa Twin, I actually went to a local dealership and test rode a T7. And I have been thinking about the T7 since. You know, browsing marketplace, browsing dealerships, all the typical shit. That dude looked like he was nodding out. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So anyways, I came across this one. This was in New York. It was like a 4-hour drive. Out the door for like $9,600. So a brand new bike. It was a leftover, so this is a 24. So a brand new bike for like $9,600. Less than 10 grand. And this one's gray, which was a big selling point for me because half of the T7s you see on the road are blue, and I cannot stand blue. I'm not a blue guy. So I put about a tank of fuel through it. It's like 200 something miles. What do I got? Oh, blinkers on. 255 miles, and it's been a joy, an absolute joy. Hit the lot with it one day. I did a couple of wheelies, literally the first day I ever rode. I hit some trails. Of course I didn't film it because I'm just an absolute piece of shit. But I'm gonna work on it. Now that it's nice out, right? Like I said, last week was literally in the 50s. Now it's in the fucking 90s. Now that it's nice out, I really plan to just start filming again. Like, every time I put this helmet on, I'm just gonna put the GoPro on. I'm gonna buy a fuck ton of batteries, and we're just gonna film our summer. And I'm kicking myself in the ass because that first day when we went through the woods and did wheelies and did this and that, it was me and 2 other friends on their adventure bikes, and it was just a blast. We did some hill climbs. I drove this thing into a tree by accident, and then we were wheeling. I'm fucking that close to scraping the tail on this thing already. So like, I already feel super confident on this bike. Right now tire pressures are cranked up to all hell, so I don't even know if I'll do a wheelie. But when I lower them to like 12 psi, it wheelies like the FZ07. And those of you that don't know, Tenere 700, it's marvelous. It's wonderful. It has the motor from the beloved FZ MT-07. So because of that, they're practically indestructible. Everyone's holding them at rev limiter. Everyone's doing wheelies with them. Everyone's doing rollers and Larrys and everything under the sun. So that had my attention because I really like this motor in the FZ07. It felt good. It felt smooth. And then obviously this is on like a bigger chassis, bigger, almost dirt bike frame, even bigger than a dirt bike, but has like 8 inches of travel stock. The seat's at like 34 inches or something like that, so it is a little tall. But it's been great. I mean, I can flat foot, so could be worse. Got this big LED screen. The thing's sick. Doesn't really show me anything good, but just having my gear is cool. Monkey doesn't have that. Maybe I'll end up doing like a tail bag eventually or something like that. Oh, that's another thing, dude. I've put Danielle on this bike. We've gone on trips. Not long trips, obviously. I've only had it for 200 miles, but we've gone for rides out to dinner and such. And dude, it is just fucking awesome. Like, I've never been as comfortable on a bike as I have been on this bike, and I've only put 200 miles on it. Like, I can only imagine when I hit 2,000. Hopefully I can just hang wheelies and first through traffic like I do on the Monkey and shit like that. Really, I'm not even an off-road guy. Honestly, some people put MT-07 wheels on these like as like a supermoto setup, and I'm really leaning towards that because I don't really go off-road. If I do, it's like cart trails that are like, or like fucking power lines, you know, that you can just rip down on street tires. I just wanted the suspension because like it's fun. Like, I've taken it off like some curbs and shit like that, and it just feels awesome. The thing just soaks up everything. The thing is dialed from the factory. I am stoked. The only plans for it are an RSC clutch, because that's literally God himself made RSC. So an RSC one finger clutch would be nice. Probably a mirror delete. Mirrors are kind of gay. Yellow. I might do a wrap eventually if I like ruin these plastics. Like I said, the gray plastics really speak to me. I really like them, so I'm pretty stoked on that. Just did a big rehab on all the mini bikes. Danielle's Z needs a battery. My bike needed a quick jump, but the battery didn't really hold a charge. I rode it for a whole day. It's still kind of cooked. So batteries all around. I actually just picked up a Navi for cheap. I was gonna flip it. I didn't realize that those bikes are carbureted. That is super gay. So I gotta rebuild the carb, put a battery in that. Hopefully it starts right up after. Alright, buddy, take the fucking turn. On a mini bike, I'm nice and cool, calm. I'm just chilling. Fucking second, third gear wheelies, just hanging out. I do feel kind of like a madman on a bike with power. The other day I rode this thing to work. I was going home from work, like gridlock traffic, and I'm just splitting lanes at like 70. So I've never really done that, so I gotta be careful because I always call myself a squid, and I ain't trying to be one of those dudes on the news, or one of those dudes that Jixer Bro fucking makes a video about after I get scraped off the pavement. Shout out Jixer Bro. Jigsaw, bruh. I will link our new YouTube in the description. We're a little more candid in it, a little more personal. I'm obviously not hiding behind a helmet, but with that being said, I will continue to hide behind a helmet on my riding channel because some things we do are, I guess, illegal. So, but if you're new to this channel, check out some of my old videos. I mean, it was definitely a different vibe. We were just alone. We just moved to North Carolina. We were alone down there. We didn't know what we were doing. We had no friends, really. I was lucky enough to meet some cool people for sure. I actually miss those bros. They were all fucking cool guys. Some in Jacksonville, some in Greenville. I actually rode with Kawasaki sponsored rider Eric Trimmer, which was cool. He gave me a bunch of advice on my first FZ. And yeah, it was just, I was just filming. Nothing better to do but to film. I was barely making it in life. This place is kind of a beatbox, like I said, but it is on close to 7 acres. Damn! We have our own river in the back. Nothing that's like worth swimming. It's more like a brook that maybe we could fish. Got a little house and a big garage, and that's all you need in life, right? We used to ride all the time up in like Maine and New Hampshire, and I'm really thinking this summer I'm gonna take this up, do some backpack trips. Maybe like some camping trips would be sick. Like pack a bag, stay in a parking lot overnight, and then the next day do whatever, or vice versa. I don't know. But I know some cool places up there. I know some cool swimming holes. I know all this stuff. The one thing about Massachusetts is that everyone waves at you. I like North Carolina because no one fucking waved at me. Please don't wave at me. I'm just not a waver. It's like I'm not a hugger. Like, don't fucking hug me when you see me, you know? Give me a high five. Let's normalize riders riding by and giving you high fives. Yeah, I got some plans for like mild off-road trips, but maybe if you're from the New England area, drop down in the comments what you'd like to see me do on this T7. I know there's a lot of T7 riders in New England. It was a very popular bike and still is a very popular bike, so that's another thing. If you have a T7, let me know. Let's fucking ride, brother. God dang. It feels nice talking to you guys again. You know how like some people, like boomers especially, they're like, I don't wear a full face and I don't have no music in my ears because I like to hear the sound of the motor. Let me tell you, there's just something about just chatting away, fucking yapping. Just this and yap, you know what I mean? This and yap. Entering Hanson. This is the town where we bought a house. When we first moved back, I did make a video, and that video was about the dude in Hanson who had a projector in his backyard, and he was projecting Trump 2024 on the town's water tower.
What the hell?
Which I thought was funny because I don't really give a fuck about politics. And like, for the record, Trump was better than the alternative in my opinion, because I think Kamala Harris is a fucking baboon. But yeah, it's wicked funny. Now I live right up the street from this guy. But I like the town. I was having GoPro issues at the time. Riding, brother. And I ended up shooting that video like, dude, like 4 times. Like, I rode here at night. It was so fucking cold. Yada yada. And the GoPro kept deleting it and all that stuff. I've always had GoPro issues. It's driving me nuts, dude. I need an Insta360. But I learned to like the area. It's like a nice little blue-collar town with some like woods and all that good stuff, you know, not overly populated. There is a skate park right up the street from my house, which I think is sick. I'd like to go check that out soon, because when I was a kid, I like grew up at the skate park, and then one day the town decided to take it down. So I'm always stoked to see a skate park in town. What up, brother? See, I'll wave at him. That's what I'm saying about the town, man. That dude probably fucking did crack for 8 years. Somehow has custody of his daughter. I fucking love that, brother. Golly, that's America. Riding a goddamn utility quad on the scrates. Shoo! One thing about the T7, it has super soft rear brakes, which On a new bike, normally I'd be like, ah, fuck, like that sucks, this, that, the other thing. Dude, it is awesome for wheelies, like learning wheelies. I would mousetrap on the FZ so often. Not like bad, not throwing me off, but you know, you tap the brake a little hard and all of a sudden your nuts are in your fucking tank. And this obviously doesn't have a tank in the way, which is nice. You can be like halfway pressed down on them and still just coasting the wheelie, feeling good. It's a good little thing. I need to find a nice back road to rip a wheelie on. Home sweet home. But this is it, boys. Nice garage. Half decent garage, I should say. It is heated, which is cool for New England. Big old tree. A beautiful Tenere 700. Which, for the record, I think Tenere is a retarded name. T7 it is. But that's our little home. I'm doing a fence right now in the backyard. Can't wait to finish that up for the dogs. But yeah, pretty cool spot. Not the worst. Show you my river. My babbling brook. My Liberty Bibberty. Literally a jungle. Like, legitimately looks like a jungle. Also looks like a swamp right now. Thanks to 90-something degree weather. But that's it. I won't bore you with house stuff, though. Because I'd rather be riding. So, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll bring back minis for you, don't worry. But there will be a lot of T7 action in the future, just so you know. Like always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Comment down below where I should ride. What do you think of the T7? It's kind of in a class of its own, in my opinion, with a street bike motor and then an adventure bike frame. It's only 450 pounds, etc., etc. Blah, blah, blah. Yap, yap, yap. So anyways, enough yapping for one day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.